Britain is looking for new partners, and it's eyeing Africa. With 1.2 billion people and 8 of the world's 15 fastest growing economies, Africa offers world-beating returns on investment, according to a report from the Overseas Development Institute.
In the past 20 years, it's about 16%. And this is much higher than in other countries. Even if you look at returns in Latin America and other developing countries, this case of higher returns in Africa is definitely should encourage more UK investments in the continent.
Britain is playing catch-up. Data from agency the International Trade Centre show France and Germany export more than double the value of goods to Africa than Britain does. At a London summit earlier this month, African business leaders said Britain must get proactive post-Brexit.
If the UK just sit down, the vessel will go, the train will move.
UK companies need to come and work with the African business model.
British companies believe they have an edge on technology. The UK Space Agency is backing satellite firms that offer services to African farmers, like the Prize or Pest Risk Information Service. Chris Castelli is Director of Programmes at the UK Space Agency.
So it's taking terabytes of satellite data and sending out text alerts to farmers which can tell them when pests might become a problem in the future.
African entrepreneurs are seeking investment in homegrown technology. Mobi Health is a mobile app that seeks to offer top-level healthcare access across Africa.
90% of our doctors are from the Western countries, 10% from the rest of Africa. They provide video consultation, prescription, diagnostic test. We are looking here to connect with people who can help us to scale up our business and take this global.
African nations need to work harder to attract investment, says the Secretary General of the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development.
We need to develop this human resource as a contribution to the world's economy, that we need to write the conditions to make Africa the next factory of the world. Then you can say, can Britain step in, just like any other friend of Africa, and offer some of the solution?
Britain says it can, but many analysts warn negotiations over its future relationship with Europe will dominate trade talks in the coming months and years. Henry Ridgwell for VOA News, London.